Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know, we always love to come and get updates. The best way we can get updates is go directly to the source. The way that we do that here with State Representative Jessica Domingue. Jessica, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me here, Keith.
All right, I appreciate it. So Jessica, of course, represents District 53. But more importantly, Jessica, you represent our community. And it's just a big focus for you. I love the fact that we're doing one of these town meetings to be able to let people come and really ask some tough questions. But even more excited, we're going to have Tim Temple there.
Absolutely. Keith, this is not my first rodeo, right? I mean, right. I've been in a position of leadership in Terrebonne Parish for quite some time. And so town halls aren't new for me either.
Right.
And the constituents of District 5 Council know that I did them yearly. And so this is something I plan to continue to do now that I'm on a state level. And so one of the biggest concerns we all have is insurance.
It just is.
And it's just, we can't, people ask, well, what did you guys do? Well, we can't unroll 50 years of bad policy in 1 year.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. And so rather than explaining a couple of bills that may have passed or a couple of bills that didn't pass, I invited the commissioner to come and talk about what his vision is and what his plans are moving forward, because it's going to be a 1 to 10-year process to be able to get us to the point where the rates come down and to where things are going to be more affordable. And so, him and I have a very, very good relationship. And so I called him up and asked him if he want to come, and he was gracious to come down and spend some time with us. And he knows he's going to be asked some really tough questions.
He's going to be on the hot seat.
Yeah. And so we're just really excited to have him. And I just encourage, and I hope lots of people come out and have your questions ready and be ready for that open dialogue with the commissioner.
Right. I want to mention it now. We'll mention it again at the end, but it's going to take place on August 20th. It's Tuesday, 2024 at 6 p.m. at the Williams Street Gym, which is 900 Williams Avenue in Houma. And if you want more information, you can reach out to Jessica at her office at 985-858-2970. And so, it's really one of those things where we've seen these insurance issues, and it's not new, like you said, been 50 years of some bad policies, and we're trying to change that. But Ida really took a big hit on what our availabilities are. And I think that that's one of the things that I think the commissioner is going to address. I love the fact that he was transparent enough to come on and talk with us and just give us kind of a state of the union about where we are. This is where we are with our current insurance companies. This is what we're doing to try to get other insurance companies. There's so much hearsay and talk about everybody's leaving, nobody can insure you in Louisiana. Like that's just not true. And he's here to come and address some of those things.
Correct. And it's not just what the commissioner is doing, but what the governor is doing and the legislature is doing. It's about creating a more business-friendly environment for the state of Louisiana, because we have not been pro-Brit business for a very, very long time. And we've got a lot of really bad policies. We've got a lot of bad tax policies. And so we're trying to kind of unravel all those things, and we're trying to make Louisiana a better place for businesses to come and want to invest. And so if you have a business to come and invest, you have an insurance company that wants to come and invest. But we have to incentivize those people. We have to incentivize those companies. And so I know you've heard it. I've heard it too, that, the commissioner's only looking out for the insurance companies and not necessarily for the consumer. It's not true. We're looking out for everyone. However, if you have a consumer who is dropped and they're able to shop around 10 other companies that are willing to pick up that policy, well, then we're helping everyone in that aspect. And so I don't think right now we have a magic bullet as far as, here's a magic wand and this is what's going to happen and this is going to make everything better. It's going to be a lot of different policies and a lot of different legislation. And we're working on that this year. And I know we had talked about that. The Speaker de Villiers had set up a bunch of meetings for this year. We've already had several insurance meetings and some civil law meetings and things like that, so that we can be set up for next year so that we can put some really great policy into place.
And again, those things take a little time to be able to do. And one of the things that people need to realize, you can't have programs that are 100% supportive of the consumer, and you can't have programs that are 100% supportive of or advantageous to the consumer and advantageous to the insurance company. We got to have some meeting in the middle there. And so it's got to be good business for them, but it's also got to be affordable for us. And so I know that y'all are working hard about being able to do that. And so I'm glad you're being able to do this again. This town hall that's being taken place over at William Street Gym. It's on August 20th. It's going to start at 6 p.m. It's at 900 Williams Avenue in Houma. Again, if you need more information, Jessica's office always willing to hear from you. You can reach her at 985-858-2970. But I'm glad that people know, and it's free is the other thing. It's not going to cost you anything to come and share your opinion or to ask questions. And if people are interested, they really need to be able to kind of step out to be able to do that.
Correct. And Keith, also for those viewers and for our constituents at home who can't make it, we have asked HTV to come and to tape it so that they can air it on their networks, on their social media platforms as well, because I know a lot of people get their information that way also. So we'll be streaming that too.
Very cool. And we appreciate that. It's one of those partnerships that we believe a great deal in. And so we look forward to some really good information coming out and some good answers being questions being answered. And so, Jessica, we appreciate you and your time as always.
Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it.
All right. And that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. A lot more right here on Bayou Time.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.